here, the Scrapbooking Photographer. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. Welcome especially to anybody who's new, and I really hope you enjoy this video, and welcome back to those who have been here before. Today is the day we take part in Mix It Up Monday, which is a hop run by Tara O'Rourke over in the Paper Snob Community. Now this month we have a beautiful sketch that's been designed by Christine Steele-Harden, another one of our group members. And so we're going to mix it up a little bit with some traditional scrapbooking and some maybe mixed media or something. So with the three photos, and given that it's December and we're thinking Christmas and the sketch is actually Christmas based also, I have right on cue in the background, because I have these three photos of our girls receiving their Christmas presents, I think 2023. So what we're going to do is use some leftover papers I've got from this year's Christmas papers from Stampin Up called the Traditions of Christmas. They are beautiful, and I have used quite a few of them. They've got some beautiful metallics on one side, plain on the other. We're going to see what I can do with what's left. Before we use any of those, we'll do something with the background around the outside, and I just want to put some little gold splashes around here. My dogs are golden retrievers. We've got gold in the paper, so it makes sense, right? So with my splash box in place and giving this a good shake up, this is the Media Gloss Spray from Ranger. Okay, and we're just going to flick a bit of this around the outside. There's not a lot left, so I'm hoping it's going to come out okay. And we probably only need it down the two sides and around the corners. So I'll just get that on there. Okay, we'll pop that over to dry and get our ornaments ready. From the ornamental Christmas die set, we've got a bauble and a star. So we're going to do a couple of each out of this white cardstock, but I want to do a couple of red and a couple of blue. So rather than just use matching paper, I thought we might mix it up a bit with the blending brushes. I'm going to start with Old Olive on one side. I thought if I brushed the white cardstock first and then cut it out, it would be a more muted toning. So that's my thinking. And then we'll do real red on the other side, because those are the two colours that are in the papers. So we'll just make a little bit of red in here. Right. We'll leave those inks there because we'll probably use them again. So now I'll go and cut out what I can, a little bit of a mixture, and I'll also do a couple of these in the gold as well. So back shortly. I won't use all of these, but you can see how when you do it that way you get this kind of interesting coloured pattern rather than using all the same coloured cardstock. In Christine's sketch there's 3 ornaments, so I'll just get these ready and then we can decide what to do with them when we get closer to the time. But because they're on a white cardstock, I will go round the edges with the dauber, and that will just help to define them, and the dauber is really good for getting into those little fiddly bits. The same with the green. So we'll finish those all off camera, and then our gold bits should be dry so we can start putting the page together. So as you can see, I've gone around the outside with the coordinating colours, and I thought I would just splash a little bit more gold on there like we did on the page, and that will help them to blend in And we'll pop those over to dry and bring the page back. So that's all nice and dry, and you can see, if I get the right angle, how gilt it looks and beautiful and shiny. So the first thing we're going to do is put this on the background. I might need to go around the outside with some red. I might do that before I attach anything. Get all this inky stuff done, and then we can just stick everything down. My hands are a bit mucky, so I'm going to hold the page with a paper towel so I don't get ink in the wrong place, and I'll just whiz around here with the dauber, and that'll give us a nice real red outline that will go with the papers once we get everything stuck down. So we'll see how it looks when I've done this bit. Yes, that looks better. Now we're going to cut this down a little bit, so I'm going to take 2 inches off 2 sides, and that can go in the middle. Now Christine has one piece going right through the middle there, but I'm going to change that a little bit because neither of these are wide enough, and that's kind of what I need to use. So I thought I might pop that one in there, and then this one a little bit shorter, so long as it accommodates these photos. So we can pop this on and just kind of mount the photos in that, really. So I can trim a little bit off that side and a little bit off the bottom. So what I'll do first is stick these down and then make that to size. So then we've got them like that, and we'll try and get the same amount of this one out behind like that. Now I think this piece around here needs a bit of an outline, so we might just hold fire on that. And before we stick anything down, we'll do the circle, and I'm going to use the brushed gold for the circle and one of the deckled circles from Stampin' Up. We'll just nip in under there, and I think I'll do the 3 little tails in gold as well. So I've cut these out of the gold, and they're roughly 1.5 inches wide and long enough to stick underneath the photo and go over to the edge. So we'll cut up the middle, and I'm doing them all at once, which may or may not work. Just need to make sure we keep them all even. Go in from the corner to where we cut, and the same from the other side. Then we can pop them under here. And I think what I'll do before I stick anything down is go around the outside of this one with the red dauber. So I'll just whiz away and do that. Right, so that looks much better, I think, with the daubing around the back, and I've stuck it all down. So the next thing we can look at is the decorations, and I think there's probably enough gold there already, so I'll discard those. And these ones, quite like the way the space in this photo could get covered up with that one. Yeah, and then the green one looks quite cool next to it, so I might pop that one there. And then rather than put a third one down here, I think that would be a bit heavy, so I might just pop one in there. I'm going to pierce some holes in the tops of those so that I can thread some string through them. So just make it big enough. And this one as well. And I have this lovely gold thread from Stampin' Up, which I will thread through these holes so that I can, if I use a tapestry needle, then it's easier to get this frayed end of the thread through, and it's also small enough to go through that hole that I've made with the piercing tool. So I'll do that for all 3 of them so that I can attach them to the page and look as though they're hanging down. When you look through the hop for Mix It Up Monday, you'll find lots of variations of this sketch done by the other creators. So I do hope you get the time to have a look at those videos and enjoy what everybody has done with this fabulous sketch from Christine. Here we go. We'll put this one on first and we'll just attach it to the back with a little bit of double-sided tape underneath to hold it in place. Chop it off and then put a piece of sellotape over the top. Now when we stick it down, it needs to be fairly taut to hold that in place. So we'll put some sticky on the decoration and then holding that firm where it's stuck on the back, we'll come down till the string's nice and firm and stick it there. So what we'll do with this one is tie a double knot in the back and the same process. So we'll pop it over the back a little bit of tape runner and then a little bit of sticky tape and trim it off. Then we'll put the adhesive on the back of it. And pulling it fairly tight. Oh, it's a bit higher than I wanted, so we'll have to bring it up a bit if we can. That's it. And we'll pop him there. And then one more, we'll have to do the same thing with him. Just do a double knot at the back, Linda, not the front. Same thing. Right, now we just need the title, and as it so happens I've got some of the red glitter paper already cut out in the Stampin' Up mini alphabet, so I've taken out what I need for this title. Can you guess what it says yet? So I'm going to come in with a different approach and put the same letters onto the green, and then I'll raise them up above that string. And then we'll put some dimensionals on the back, and that will help to lift it above the string of that decoration. That fits quite snugly in there. Right, and then we just need a couple of bits of bling, and these are the ones that came with the suite to match things, so that seems a logical one to use. So put a couple of these little bits around here, and I think that will do us. So there we are for Mix It Up Monday. We've done a little bit of gold splattering in the background, and we've daubed the edges of both the back base page and the inset in the middle, and also around these ornaments, which we used the blending brush on before we splattered them as well, so that they all blend in. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this come together. It was fun to put together. Thank you so much, Christine, for a great sketch. I hope everybody enjoyed that and gets time to see what everybody else has put together also. So thank you so much for watching, and happy crafting.